Scrum's artifacts represent work or value to provide transparency and opportunities for inspection and adaptation. Artifacts defined by Scrum are specifically designed to maximize transparency of key information so that everybody has the same understanding. An example of a fundamental artifact is the Product Backlog. The Product Backlog is an ordered list of everything that is needed in the product. It is the single source of requirements for any changes to be made. The product owner is responsible for the product backlog, including its content, availability, and ordering. A product backlog is never complete. The earliest development of it lays out the initial information and best understood requirements. The product backlog evolves as the product and its environment evolves. The product backlog is dynamic. It constantly changes to identify what the product needs to be appropriate, competitive, and useful. If a product exists, its product backlog also exists. The product backlog lists all the features, functions, requirements, enhancements, and fixes that constitute the changes to be made in future releases. Product backlog items have the attributes of a description, order, estimate, and value. Product backlog items often include test descriptions that will prove its completeness when done. As a product is used and gains value, and the marketplace provides feedback, the product backlog becomes a larger and more exhaustive list. Requirements never stop changing, so a product backlog is a living artifact. Changes in business requirements, market conditions, technology may cause changes in the product backlog. Multiple Scrum teams often work together on the same product. One product backlog is used to describe the upcoming work on that product. A product backlog attribute that groups items may then be employed. Product backlog refinement is the act of adding detail, estimates, and order to items in the backlog. This is an ongoing process in which the product owner and the development team collaborate. During product backlog refinement, items are reviewed and revised. The Scrum team decides how and when refinement is done. The refinement process usually consumes no more than 10% of the capacity of the development team. However, product backlog items can be updated at any time by the product owner or at their discretion. Higher ordered product backlog items are usually more clear and more detailed than lower ones. More precise estimates are made based on the greater clarity and increased detail. The lower the order, the less detail. Product backlog items that will occupy the development team for the upcoming sprint are refined so that any item can be reasonably done within the sprint time box. Product backlog items that can be done by the development team within one sprint are deemed ready for selection in a sprint planning. Product backlog items usually acquire this degree of transparency through these refining activities. The development team is responsible for all estimates. The product owner may influence the development team by helping it understand and select trade-offs, but the people who will perform the work make the final estimate. At any point in time, the total work remaining to reach a goal can be summed. The product owner tracks the total work remaining at least every sprint review. They compare that amount with the work remaining at the previous sprint reviews to assess progress toward completing projected work by the desired timeframe. This information is made transparent to all stakeholders. Various projective practices upon trending have been used to forecast progress, like burn downs, burn ups, or cumulative flows, which have been proven useful. However, these do not replace the importance of empiricism. In complex environments, it's unknown what will happen. Only what has already happened may be used for forward-looking decision-making. Next time, we'll be talking about another artifact, the sprint backlog.